Assalamu alaikum and good morning, children. Hope you are all doing well. We are in block 5, the fourth trip. It's a realistic fiction, which means it has real facts, okay, by Ritu Lamba. Our topic for today's class is to organize key information. We are going to organize key information in today's class, okay. Our aim for today's class is to organize key information in the text. We'll read the text and then we'll find out the key information, okay. Our agenda includes, first we'll read, then we'll have one small activity. After that we'll discuss on activity, then we'll write. I'll give you some notes to write. Resources required for today's class are content book page number 36, notebook and pencil. Keep this ready. Let's move towards our keywords. You know what is fort? You have learnt in your social class. Fort is like fortified buildings which are used to be there in olden days, still exist. Fine, those are forts. Okay, organizing means here collecting. Fine, key information means important information from the story we are going to collect today. Okay, anti-clockwise means in a spiral way. Fine, the archer's cliff slit spiral vine, these are all things which you have learnt in your previous class. I want you to give answer for these keywords. Fine, so children, you can pause the video here and send a voice note to answer these keywords, fine, which we have learnt in our previous class. Let's start reading. So listen to me carefully, everyone. Open your page number 34 in your content. This is the second wall. Its gates look ordinary, but it is actually very special. It is made up of iron, so it is extremely heavy. More importantly, it doesn't open inwards, so the enemy cannot push against it to open it. It opens outwards, so they will have to use all their energy to pull it open. Next, be very careful here. This is a trick corridor. The enemy soldiers will run straight ahead, but the corridor doesn't continue. There is a cliff and the enemy soldiers will fall into the valley. Do you see the towers up there with the narrow slits in the stone? Skilled archers will shoot arrows at the enemy through those slits. The thick stone of the tower will protect them from the enemy's weapon do. The perfect attack, isn't it? Don't you think? The unlucky soldiers who enter this narrow corridor won't stand a chance, thinking that they are safe from our arrows between these high and smooth walls. They will sigh a breath of relief. Unfortunately for them, that will probably be their last breath. Our soldiers hiding above will pour boiling hot oil on them from the holes high in the walls. Spiral staircase usually winds up in an anti-clockwise direction. This spiral staircase, however, winds up in a clockwise direction. The enemy soldiers will have to hold on to the central pillar with their right hand while climbing up. Right-handed soldiers will not be able to use their weapons and can be attacked from above. Next, we are now in a secret tunnel. The enemy knows nothing about this tunnel. It leads us to the bottom of the fort and then it winds its way right through the hill. If we follow it, we will come out of the other end of the hill, safe and far away from the enemy. History sure is exciting, isn't it? Now it's time for our activity. So check your lesson to everyone. Okay, the following, there are some parts of a fort given. What you have to do is you have to write them in the correct order. First you have to write them in the correct order, number them 1 to 9 as they are shown in the story. Fine. Which comes first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, you have to write that. Fine. Then after that there is also one more work. First let's do this. There are Parts of the fort given like secret tunnel, trick corridor, towers with narrow slits, low corridor, moat, iron door with spikes, spiral staircase, heavy iron door, narrow corridor with high and smooth walls. Now what you have to do is, which comes first, which comes second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, you have to put the numbers here. Now tell me here, children, which part of the fort comes first here in this text? We have read the text, right? Which comes first? There they have discussed about moat first. This is the first one. Fine. So moat is the first one. Which is the second one? Check your page number 33. Which is the second one given there? Can anyone tell? If you know the answer, you can pause the video here and tell. Okay. Yes. Iron door with spikes. Iron door with spikes is the second one they have given there. Right. Next, which is the third one? Can anyone tell? If you know the answer, you can pause video for each and every part and send your voice note. Fine. Next one, they have given what? Low corridor. That's your number 3. And then what is the number 4? Yeah, it is what? Heavy iron doors, which is given in your page number 34. Heavy iron doors is your number 4. Which part is your number 5? Yeah, it is trick corridor. Trick corridor is our number 5. Okay. Now can anyone tell which is your number 6? Yeah. I'll tell. Towers with narrow slits. Towers with narrow slits is your number 7. Okay. And then which is your number 8? You can see here in your page number 35, right? Yeah, it is what? Spiral staircase. That's your number. Sorry. It's not spiral staircase. It is narrow corridor with high and smooth walls. That's your number 8. Which is your number 9? I have missed something here, I guess, right? Sorry. It should be number 6 and spiral staircase. Narrow corridor with high and smooth walls is the number 7, and spiral staircase is your number 8, and then secret tunnel is your number 9. Okay, now let me tell you. There is one more question. Can you see? Write the purpose of each part of the fort. Okay. So now what you have to do is, you have to tell the purpose of each part of the fort which is given there. Which is first one? Moat. I'll tell you the purpose of this. It is a deep ditch of water surrounded by the fort or any castle. Fine. Here we are talking about fort, so it is surrounded by fort. Okay. And these moats are, can you see here moat? Yeah, this is the moat which is filled with water. Fine. See, there are so many crocodiles and venomous snakes. Venomous means what? Poisonous. Okay. Snakes to stop the enemy from entering the fort. See, there is one drawbridge here. Can you see in the bridge which can be pulled? They have pulled here. Can you see? There is a way even. Fine. They have pulled this bridge, right? So if the enemy people wants to cross this bridge, what they have to do? They have to go through the water. If they wants to go through the water, then what they can find here in the water? What they can find here in the water? They can find venomous snakes and crocodiles, hungry crocodiles. If they go into the water, what happens then? Then crocodiles may eat up them, right? So that's why they have built this moat to avoid the enemy people from entering the fort. Next is our iron door with spikes. Can you see the door with the spikes here? These are the spikes, pointed metal pieces which you can find on the door. Okay, these are the spikes. If animals like elephants, they try to push the gate, what happens? They will get injured, and sometimes they get what happens, they may die even because of that, those pointed metal pieces. So they cannot be able to pull and push those gates. So they have made these gates to protect them against the enemies. Fine. Next, low corridor. Can you see the corridors here, which are very low? It's not so high, right? So elephants are very much higher than those, what you're telling, corridors, right? So they have made very low corridors. They doesn't want animals to enter the fort. So here what what enemy people used to do by seeing this, they just leave their elephants behind, and they have to walk on their foot to enter the fort. So this is also one of the way of protecting themselves from the enemy people. So they have made what? Low corridor. Fine. Let's go for next. Next is your heavy iron doors. Can you see your heavy iron doors? Same. These doors are very heavy, it seems. Not even animals can push and pull these doors. Fine. These doors are very heavy and also cannot be able to open inwards. If the enemy people wants to open this, they have to pull it to open. Fine. So if they wants to pull, they need energy to put, isn't it? So they have to use their whole energy, all their energy to pull it open. So they have made this door to stop the enemy people from entering the force. They cannot be able to push this and push or pull this doors. Okay. Next is our trick corridor. You can see here trick corridor. Corridors are tricky. Fine. People cannot be able to understand from where to go, how to go, why to go. Fine. These are the corridors. Fine. Which are very tricky in the fort, it seems. If the enemy soldiers will run straight ahead, but the corridor doesn't continue, it seems, in this. Fine. These corridors doesn't continue. They comes to the another corridor here. There is a cliff and the enemy soldiers will fall into the valley. There is a cliff, it seems. Fine. Cliff means end point there, and if they wants to go, if they runs, then what happens? They may fall. So that's why what they have done, this trick corridor to avoid themselves from enemy soldiers. Avoid in the sense here, protect themselves from enemy soldiers. And now is our towers with narrow slits. What is the purpose of this towers with narrow slits? So they have built this towers with narrow slit to allow archers to shoot the enemy from those slits which are given here. Slits, can you see here? They are shooting. Can you see here? They are shooting. But if these enemy people, if they wants to shoot them back, what happens? This arrows may get hit into the wall. These walls make these soldiers of the fort safe, keep them safe, it seems. Fine. They protect them. These walls protect the soldiers, okay, from enemy soldiers. Now next one, narrow corridor with high and smooth walls. Can you see these high and smooth walls which are having narrow corridor? What people used to do, enemy people, they comes in and they just think that this is the place there where they can relax themselves. Fine. They just come and take a long what you're telling, sigh. Take a long sigh. It means long breath. They just stand for relaxation here. While they are standing for relaxation here, what these people used to do, in the fort soldiers, they pour them with the hot oil, it seems. This is also a tricky corridor for the fort people to attack their enemy people. So this is to trap the enemy and injure or kill them with a hot oil. Then is our last but not the least, spiral staircase. Can you see the staircase here which are in spiral way? In spiral direction. See, enemy people have to hold this through their right hand, isn't it? Can you see here? Right hand they have to use. If they use their right hand, what happens here, they cannot be able to shoot with their left hand. So these people of the fort can shoot them, attack them easily. So that's why they have made this is in a clockwise direction. These in a fort, it is given in a clockwise direction, so that they can easily attack the enemy people. Fine. Next is our, at last, this is our secret tunnel. Secret tunnels are safe and far away from the enemy. Enemy people, they doesn't know about this tunnel in the fort. To provide a way for people of the kingdom to escape the fort from the enemy people, they have made this secret tunnel. This is also one of the way of protecting themselves against the enemy people. All these are the ways of protecting themselves from the enemy people, which I have explained. Which are those? Now your today's activity, Nuha, tell me which are the defenses of the fort. Now you have to submit this to me. Fine. Hope you have understood this text. Okay, while we are collecting information, organizing information, what did we do? We have just sequenced parts or events. There are several ways of collecting information. I'll tell you what are those. Today's class we have sequenced in the sense we have collected them in an order. Fine. Now in other ways also you can collect the information, the main information, which you can make a web of that, you can make a wheel of that, you can make a tree of that, and also you can make a chain, and also you can prepare a mind map using all these information, the information which are important for us. These information, organizing key events helps us to understand and remember it better, right? Now I have not explained you the block fully. I have just explained you the key information here. Here itself you understood the text clearly, I guess, and also you will remember it carefully. Fine. Hope you all have understood the concept. Have a good day.